What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. It is the 17th day of December. Here we are sitting at about $551 with 9 hours and 45 minutes left in this day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I think I said it, but shout out to the Dragon Riders in case I didn't. Here we are, daily time frame. Looking like we want to move up. High or low overall. You know, I'm very, very confident that we are going to see prices above $600 here, probably over the coming days. Maybe by the end of this week, perhaps, by the 21st, we will be back above $600 and get our first daily closes really within this whole range, back above $600. I mean, from here, if we move up, this is our daily high close right here, and that was at 600. It was technically just below. Right, we closed right at 598. If we keep moving up with these higher lows and higher highs, I mean, it's inevitable. We're going to see not just 600, but something probably well above $600 here pretty soon. Looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, zooming in, complete lack of volume, right? And if you're looking at this and thinking, well, the volume's dying off and we're moving up, does that mean that we're going to break out to the downside? It could. It could mean that. It could also mean that we're about to break out to the upside. It's like here, we're moving down, volume's dying off, right? Were we breaking out to the upside? No, we broke out to the downside. Here, we're moving down, volume's dying off. Did we break out to the downside or to the upside? We broke out to the upside. And then inevitably came down, but that's not the point. Here, volume's dying off, and then volume came in, we broke out to the upside. So we absolutely can break out to the upside here. If we're looking at this on the 1 hour with our indicators on, the RSI, it's struggling. It's like you want to be bullish, but you just aren't doing it. Bouncing off the 50 is really nice. Finding resistance at the same area that you found resistance before is not nice. I don't like that. 43 minutes left in this 1 hour candle. I like that. 43 minutes. I mean, we're only down 0.3%. We could absolutely pump up a good bit from here in the next hour, the next 40 minutes. Stochastics look good in the MACD. In all fairness, man, that MACD gives me a lot of confidence right there. 2 false red crosses, and now we're crossing green. We're building bullish momentum. I don't think it stops here. I don't think so. I think we do continue. So this candle probably comes back and closes green, which would be good. That'd be a really good look. Bitcoin's probably going to move up. Bitcoin Cash is probably going to move up. What's the stock market doing? Oh, yeah, the stock market's closed right now. It opens up in like 15 minutes. Yeah, the 1 hour time frame looks good. 4 hour time frame. It's a bit in trouble, right? The RSI is sad, lower lows and lower highs. But if we can break out of this range right here, that would be nice. We found resistance at the 50. Typically, when you find resistance at the 50, you get a reaction like this or worse, right? The fact that we really got a very modest reaction and are now back at the 50 trying to contest not just the 50, but this descending trend line here. There's some interesting prospects here. I mean, a break of this could result in a shift in the price where the volume comes back in and we do break out to the upside. I'm just saying. It could be today, in the next 10 hours, by the end of today, that we are closing above $600. It could be that fast, man. And then we'll never be below it again. If we close above $600 today, that doesn't mean that we won't be below it again. We absolutely can go below 600, but the days below $600 are numbered, guys. It's very, very, very short-lived from here. And every dollar down is a blessing. The 4 hour RSI is bearish with bullish prospects, but still bearish technically at the moment. The stochastics are bullish with bullish prospects, and the MACD is bearish as well, but the fact that you've just crossed here green, it's nice. It's a decent positive. Doesn't seem like it's a false cross here. I don't know. Yesterday the 4 hour time frame was a little bit more bearish than it is today. It's a little bit more bullish today, and you're kind of right on the precipice of what seems to be a shift to the upside, right? Breaking out of this downtrend in the RSI, getting overbought with the stochastics, that'll basically happen at the same time. And then over the coming days, we can look forward to a cross above the 0 here with this MACD. So I really do think that we're going to see a move probably running back up toward these highs. I doubt what we're going to see, and it could be more bullish than I'm thinking it is, but I doubt what we're going to see is just a straight shot up to new highs from here. Maybe we do, and that'd be great. But more likely what I would imagine is we move up, we'll find resistance around where those highs are, and instead of rejecting down, we'll consolidate, and then we'll move higher. Right? That's my thought. Anyways, maybe it'll happen exactly like that. Maybe it happens nothing like that at all. What about the daily time frame? Daily time frame unfortunately broke out of its, I don't even know if it's an uptrend. It is an uptrend with the lows, but with the highs it's not an uptrend. It was a consolidation phase. But you did find support at the 40, an area that you found support at before, and resistance here. You know, it's a pretty dependable level, so we're finding support there now, which is nice. Stochastics found support at the oversold zone, which is nice. In fact, that's what you did down here when you're at your low points. You found support right there at the oversold zone, right there at the oversold zone, and right there as well. Did you just move straight up to new relative highs? No. You kind of consolidated and worked your way through. Does this mean that we have to work our way up to new relative highs immediately? No, we can consolidate and work our way through, but we are probably at the low points of this move. And personally, I do think that we're going to move up higher. MACD has crossed red on the daily, but overall, bullish implications. I mean, that's a pretty deep drive of bearish momentum there. It's not as deep as some of these, but it's deeper than these ones, right? You built some bearish momentum there. You've got lower lows in your MACD, but higher lows in your price. It's hidden bullish divergence. Same thing in the RSI and same thing in the stochastics, actually. You have hidden bullish divergence on every single indicator here. We zoom out, we look at this on the weekly, because I don't think we look at it on the weekly too often. Or at least maybe not as often as we should. The weekly MACD is bullish. Looks like it's getting ready for a cross up. That should mark the beginning of the next move, will be this weekly bullish cross. These stochastics are very bullish right here. We just have to get into the overbought zone. That's it. And we're going to. We're very, very probable to get into the overbought zone here. And once we do that, I mean, you know, just last time we got overbought, the time before, and the time before, the price action that represented, I mean, from here, that's going to be pretty good. That's going to put us above $1,000, you guys. And it's going to be more than that. Let's do this again real quick, okay? I'll make it a little prettier. And maybe I can delete the, we could delete the RSI. Hold on. We'll delete the MACD too. We'll just leave the stochastics. So here we got overbought. Here we got overbought. Here we got overbought. And here we got overbought. Now, this was just when you got overbought. This wasn't at the peak. It's just when your stochastics first interacted with the overbought zone. This was the move we saw. This was the move we saw. And again, we still had moved up beforehand, just getting into this area. Right? We're not even up here yet. We're still down here. Okay, so we can still see a lot. But even from here, from this week on, that's still impressive movement over 2 weeks. Imagine the week that we got overbought if we took that low to high for all of these moments here. Not even taking the full move. I'm just taking the low to the high. Not even taking the full move there either. Or here. We just take the low to the high. Imagine we do any of these, right? And by the way, this was our bear market low. So in this trend that we've been in, which is higher lows, technically, right? It's not higher highs all the way through, but higher lows and higher highs, and now we've been consolidating. In this bull market trend that we've really been in, excluding the crab market trend that we've been in now for the past year, every movement that we've had with the stochastics on the weekly time frame that's gotten into the overbought zone has represented a move either like this, or like this, or like this, or like that, whatever. Any of these right here, right? If we were to make this move, 3 out of the 4 would take us above $1,000. Right? 3 out of the 4 of these moves would take us above $1,000. This one would take us to about $900. And guys, if we get to 870, we're going to break above $1,000. It's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm fully expecting that when we get overbought here, the move that we will see will eclipse all of these moves. Whoops. I don't know why it's doing that. It won't let me let go. It'll eclipse all those moves. I'm very confident that we'll see something that takes us up to several thousands of dollars. Anything between $6,000 and $3,000, maybe just under $3,000, but I'm thinking probably closer to $4,000 personally. And we'll see. Time will tell, but that's something that I'm expecting as time goes on. Let's throw our indicators back on. You know, something else maybe. Hold on. Kind of. I don't know. I was just going to mention that this move here, I'm kind of curious which one was bigger. We'll say this move started here, low to high. Which one's bigger? All right, this move is bigger. I thought so. But still, this is a very big move. And this move was bigger than this move was bigger than this move, right? More tenacious, faster than either of these movements here the last two times we got in the overbought zone on the stochastics. This MACD was above the zero, and we were crossed red, but we crossed back up, and we were still above the zero. Kind of like we are here. I'm just saying because we're in this overall bullish environment, a bullish cross here I think will be more effective than a bullish cross was, you know, in under the zero here or under the zero here, right? That's all I'm trying to say. Or under the zero here. All these bullish crosses happened under the zero. What do I mean by under the zero? The line right here is the zero line, right? That's -1, but it's close enough. You can see what I'm talking about. This cross will happen above the zero. I think that'll generate a more productive move, but we'll see. I'm just talking at this point. I don't think I have anything else that I want to say. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Monthly stochastics are right there, man. The monthly MACD is right there. The RSI, they're all ready to just get to the most bullish phase of our lives. We just have to wait. Wait a little bit longer. Let's see. The signs are there, man. It is abundantly clear what's coming next. And it's going to be epic. This pullback that we had, as scary as it was actually a very good test of this ribbon, right? Here, when we went below the ribbon, what did we do before we took off in the second half of this move here? We had the initial move up, which was nice, consolidated, but once we found support, once we back tested for support, that's when we rallied, right? Here, we crossed below it. It's once we back tested the ribbon for support, once we got above it and then back tested for support, that's when we started to rally. And same thing really throughout all that. Here you're moving down. That was a pretty big move, but when you back tested it for resistance, you had a massive rally to the downside. Here you break above it, back tested for support, massive rally. We've just went below it, back tested it for support here, we're probably going to rally. And this is on a weekly time frame. It doesn't have to be today, doesn't even have to be next week, but very, very soon, my friends, we're going to see some rapid growth with Bitcoin Cash. I'm excited to see it. I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.